news. 12 days of protests, and Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak is still holding on.
People around the world took to the streets again today to renew calls for his immediate removal, including here in Edmonton. Sean Amato continuing to cover the story for us tonight and joining us live in studio with more. Sean.
Des, for a time this morning, Canadian journalists in Cairo were tweeting that Mubarak had stepped down. Word of that leaked to the square where some celebrated. Tonight we know the standoff between a president and his country continues. With smiling faces, they forge on. This morning, Tahrir Square was peaceful, even jubilant. People danced as word was spreading that Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak had stepped down from his post as National Party leader. But now there are conflicting reports saying Mubarak dismissed many in his inner circle, including his son. By afternoon, this was the scene in that same square, protesters and soldiers confronting each other on the 12th day of the uprising. Egyptians abroad chimed in from Washington, D.C. to a snowy park here in Edmonton.
Egypt, we all know that's the mother of the Middle East, so God willing, he'll be out sooner than he thinks.
People here say despite Mubarak's concessions, their will to see him gone immediately has never been so strong.
It's not enough. He just get rid of unimportant people right now. We want him down.
Him going away, leave the country, then we have a change. Without him going away, there is no change.
So they march peacefully but passionately from Gazebo Park to the University of Alberta. Back in Cairo, what was once chaos, now widely being downgraded to unrest, as control of Egypt seems to be slipping further and further from Mubarak's 30-year grasp. Now, the unrest is not limited to Egypt. Political protests have taken place in Yemen, Jordan, and Tunisia, where the UN now says 147 people were killed in the uprising there.
So, Sean, what are other countries saying about this?
Well, Des, U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton calls the situation in the Middle East right now a perfect storm of instability. She and other world leaders have gathered in Munich for an emergency meeting on this situation.
All right, thank you, Sean.
You're welcome.
A former Edmonton MP has been